At 12:47 a.m., the internet feels quieter than it really is. That was the exact time the post appeared. It didn't trend. It didn't reach the front page. It didn't even draw attention at first. It slipped quietly into a mid-sized subreddit where people shared strange coincidences, unsettling encounters, and stories that never quite found an explanation. The title was simple, almost dull. I found a folder that isn't mine. If this disappears, it wasn't me. No emojis, no drama, just that sentence, typed like someone didn't want to be noticed. Most people would have scrolled past it. Reddit is full of exaggeration, fiction, and people chasing attention. But something about the wording felt restrained, nervous, like the person writing it wasn't trying to convince anyone. The original post was short. The user said they worked as a contractor doing routine data cleanup. Old servers, old backups, forgotten storage systems that companies paid to have quietly maintained. Most nights were boring. Delete outdated files, verify logs, close tickets. But that night, they claimed they found a directory that shouldn't exist. It wasn't labeled, it wasn't dated, it wasn't assigned to any client. It sat at the root level of the system, named only by a string of numbers. Inside it were subfolders, more numbers, different formats, slashes, dashes. Inconsistent naming, like it had been created by multiple processes that never coordinated with each other. The user wrote that clicking the folder caused the system to lag, not freeze. Lag, like it was hesitating. Then they added a line that people would later focus on. It's like the server is deciding whether to let me in. At first, the comments were predictable. People asked what operating system they were using. Others joked about creepypasta. A few accused the user source text. But then someone with a technical background asked a precise question about the screen behavior when the user tried to copy files. The reply came quickly. The user said that every time they attempted to screenshot or copy anything, the screen flashed black for a fraction of a second. Not a crash, not a refresh, just a clean blackout, followed by the cursor resetting to the top left corner of the window. They said they'd never seen anything like it. That's when the tone changed. A new comment appeared from an account with a random name. No history, no flair, no explanation. It said only, "Stop, close it, walk away." People laughed at it, quoted it, treated it like part of the drama. But the original poster replied directly, "Who are you?" There was no response. A minute passed, then another. Then the original poster updated the thread. They said they had closed the portal, but now couldn't log back in. Their work session was marked invalid. Their password didn't work. Their phone had just received a login alert from a location they didn't recognize. Someone asked what the location was. The user replied that it didn't list a city, just a label, Node 12. That reply stayed visible for less than 2 minutes. Then it vanished, not edited, not crossed out, gone. People watching in real time noticed immediately. Screenshots started appearing in the comments. Users began saving what they could. The original poster returned once more, this time with a longer message, written quickly and without polish. They explained that one of the files they opened wasn't code. It wasn't logs. It was plain text, a list of names and dates. The dates didn't make sense. Some were years in the future. They wrote that when they tried to copy a line, the screen flashed black again and the portal locked them out completely. Their work email stopped responding. Their laptop fans started running even though nothing was open. The final line of that update read, "I can hear something running, but I didn't start it." Seconds later, the account disappeared. Not suspended, not banned, simply erased. Clicking the username returned a blank page. This user does not exist. The post itself lasted a few minutes longer. Then it flickered, refreshing the page sometimes loaded it, sometimes returned an error. When it did load, the spacing looked slightly different, like the text had been rewritten without changing the meaning. Then the entire thread vanished. No removal notice, no archive, no stub. It was as if it had never been posted. Users across the subreddit were confused. Deleted posts usually left something behind. This one left nothing. Moderators claimed they hadn't touched it. Automated filters didn't log any action. People tried reposting screenshots. Each repost was removed within minutes, regardless of subreddit, regardless of moderation team. Some users reported being logged out of their accounts after interacting with the thread. Others said their passwords temporarily stopped working. Most access returned within an hour. One moderator from an unrelated community posted elsewhere that they never received a takedown request, but the content disappeared anyway. No explanation followed. Later that night, several people who had watched the thread live received direct messages from accounts that vanished as soon as they were clicked. The messages were short. If you saved anything, don't share it. No greeting, no signature. The next day, people compared screenshots privately. The images didn't match perfectly. The folder name appeared with different separators. The digits stayed the same, but the formatting shifted. One detail stood out. In one version of the screenshot, a file name near the bottom read Mirror Map. Most people overlooked it. Days passed. The story should have died. Internet mysteries usually do. But a pattern emerged. People began linking older threads from years ago that described similar events. Short-lived posts, sudden deletions, accounts erased, no official explanations. What made this case different was timing. Too many people saw it happen live. Too many screenshots existed. And yet, no response ever came. Weeks later, one user reported a login alert on an email account they had never connected to Reddit. The location didn't list a city. It listed Node 12. Another reported the same thing. Then another. None of them had shared screenshots publicly. None of them had reposted the content. They had only viewed it. Security experts suggested mislabeling, system glitches, coincidences, but no one could explain why the same label appeared repeatedly. Eventually, people stopped talking about it. Life resumed, until someone noticed a comment in a completely different subreddit. The worst thing you can do is open folders you weren't meant to see. The reply beneath it said, "Stop, close it, walk away." The account vanished before anyone could respond. No one knows who the original poster was. No proof ever surfaced that the files contained anything real. But the unsettling part wasn't what they found. It was how quickly the system reacted. Not like a human, not with panic or delay, like a reflex, as if something wasn't protecting information, as if it was monitoring curiosity itself. And the question that still lingers isn't what was inside that folder. It's why, for a few minutes, it allowed anyone to see it at all.